Aaron Rodgers Offseason Training, All In with Proactive Sports Performance, Steelers 2025 Prep. When Aaron Rodgers declared his unwavering commitment to football upon signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers, he meant every word. This wasn't just a casual statement, it marked the beginning of his serious dedication to preparing for the upcoming season through an intensive off-season training regimen at Proactive Sports Performance. Recently, a video was shared on Instagram, courtesy of FOX Sports Jay Glazer, who has been participating in this training alongside the athletes. This season, it seems that FOX Sports pregame show will be a must-watch, as Glazer is set to share insights about his off-season training partner, Rodgers. In the video, viewers can see Rodgers taking the lead, energetically running up and down the steps leading to the beach, and engaging in a fun game of jackpot on the sand. It's important to note that this gathering was more of a celebratory event marking the conclusion of their off-season training rather than a formal workout session. Throughout the off-season, Rodgers has also been featured in other videos where he participated in more conventional training exercises, focusing on agility and conditioning drills using cones. Just a few weeks ago, while still immersed in his training at Proactive Sports Performance, Rodgers was seen working diligently alongside several of his Steelers teammates in Malibu. He welcomed players like Scotty Miller, Ben Skowronek, Pat Freiermuth, Calvin Austin III, DK Metcalf, and Roman Wilson to join him in these training sessions. It's worth noting that last offseason, Rodgers was still recovering from an Achilles injury he sustained in Week 1 of the previous season. However, as the 2025 season approaches, he is in a much better position, having had 2 full years to recuperate and ample time to enhance his training during the offseason. While reviewing the training footage, I looked for other Steelers players who might have been present. Although rookie running back Caleb Johnson and safety Deshaun Elliott have previously trained at Proactive, I couldn't spot them in the recent clips. Nevertheless, it's quite possible that Rodgers interacted with one or both of them during his training sessions. With training camp set to kick off on Thursday, Rodgers will need to transition quickly from his training program to relocating to St. Vincent College in Latrobe for a few weeks. His additional conditioning work should serve him well as he prepares for camp, especially with the forecast predicting hot and humid conditions, reaching up to 90 degrees. Cam Heyward reveals Aaron Rodgers fitting in with Steelers' first-month update. Aaron Rodgers is stirring up excitement within the Pittsburgh Steelers organization, and Cam Heyward, a key leader on the team, has shared some encouraging news about the quarterback's integration into the squad. After signing a 1-year contract with the Steelers in June, Rodgers has already suggested that this season might be his last in the NFL. While it would be easy for a 4-time MVP like Rodgers to simply focus on his game, Heyward has noted that Rodgers has been actively engaged and eager to learn about his new environment. It feels like he has truly committed to the team, and that has worked out wonderfully, Heyward expressed during an appearance on The Rich Eisen Show. He continued, "In today's fast-paced world, we often want immediate results. However, patience can lead to great rewards." Seeing him as a Pittsburgh Steeler, walking through the locker room, and asking questions about our processes shows that he is all in, and that's all I can ask from our quarterback. As a teammate, I'm thrilled to collaborate with him. Heyward has been a cornerstone of Pittsburgh's defense since 2011 and recently earned his 4th first-team All-Pro selection after achieving 8 sacks last season. He is part of a defensive unit that is expected to be among the best in the league this fall, especially with the recent addition of Jalen Ramsey and the presence of TJ Watt, who is currently involved in a contract negotiation. In a recent analysis of the offseason's most impactful moves, the question arises, can Aaron Rodgers lead the Steelers to a playoff victory? After spending the last 2 seasons with the New York Jets, where the results were less than stellar, Rodgers is now looking to revitalize a Steelers offense that has struggled to make a mark in the postseason in recent years. The Steelers have not won a playoff game since the 2016 season, largely due to their difficulty in finding a standout quarterback since Ben Roethlisberger's retirement a few years back. Rodgers' departure from New York was marked by a somewhat awkward meeting that caught him off guard. He recounted that just 20 seconds into a discussion with Jets coach Aaron Glenn and new general manager Darren Mooney, the team's leadership questioned his desire to continue playing. "I wanted no part of that. It was already a mess," Rodgers shared with Pat McAfee this offseason. Now, Pittsburgh offers Rodgers a fresh start with a storied franchise, supported by seasoned veterans like Heyward and longtime coach Mike Tomlin. Heyward's positive remarks about Rodgers have been echoed throughout the organization this summer. Recently, the quarterback organized a private workout in Malibu, California, inviting tight ends and wide receivers to participate, fostering team bonding ahead of training camp. But here's where it gets controversial. Will Rodgers be able to turn the Steelers' fortunes around, or are the expectations too high for a player nearing the end of his career? What do you think? Can he lead this team to success, or is it time for the Steelers to look for a new direction? Share your thoughts in the comments. Aaron Rodgers on joining Steelers. I want to fit in NFL news. Warning, ego alert. The NFL's most decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, wants to fly under the radar in his likely final season with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Imagine joining a new team with a resume as lengthy as a phone book. That's precisely what 41-year-old quarterback Aaron Rodgers brings to the Pittsburgh Steelers as he embarks on his 21st NFL season. With a Super Bowl championship, 4 league MVP titles, and a ranking as the 7th all-time leading passer under his belt, Rodgers is undoubtedly one of the most recognizable faces in the NFL. But here's where it gets interesting. He wants to blend in. As Rodgers joins a team that's not exactly lacking in leaders, there's a prevailing sentiment that he shouldn't feel compelled to become the face of the franchise, at least, not yet. The Steelers, who have been struggling with a nearly decade-long playoff drought, are hoping Rodgers can help turn the tide. When the team reports to training camp at St. Vincent, all eyes will be on whether Rodgers can indeed just be one of the guys. A humble approach? Cameron Heyward, the Steelers' longest-tenured player, entering his 15th season, thinks it's entirely possible. Welcome him to the locker room, let him be a teammate, let him learn his way, let us learn his. It doesn't have to be something overblown. Let him be part of the locker room. We don't need to build it up to be something else. But can someone with Rodgers' track record and celebrity status truly fly under the radar? Rodgers, known for dating Hollywood actresses, before quietly getting married this offseason to a woman whose identity he's keeping private, hosting game shows, and even feuding publicly with talk show host Jimmy Kimmel, claims he's seeking a quieter existence. He's stated his intention to retire after this season and fade away from the spotlight. Until then, he's embracing one final NFL season, opting to play for the Steelers because it was good for his soul, a decision he says wasn't driven by ego or self-fulfillment, unlike some of his previous choices. A fresh start. After 2 underwhelming seasons in New York, including a 5-12 record as a starter last year before being released by the Jets, Rodgers is looking for a clean slate. He missed all but 4 snaps of the 2023 season due to an Achilles injury, which might have contributed to his desire for a change of scenery. Even with 20 years in the league and 17 as a starter, there's still a part where you're earning your stripes and paying your dues, Rodgers reflected. Even though I come in with that past and background, it's important to come in with humility. Team dynamics. Upon arriving at UPMC Rooney Sports Complex to sign his contract, Rodgers sought out quarterbacks coach Tom Arth, with whom he briefly shared a teammate's bond in Green Bay back in 2006. Rodgers offered to assist Arth in any way possible, emphasizing his desire not to overstep boundaries. Arth was more than welcoming, acknowledging the immense benefits of having Rodgers on board. Backup quarterback Mason Rudolph, who returned to the Steelers after a 1-year absence, initially wasn't sure what to expect from Rodgers, given the tabloid stories and rumors surrounding him. Hewever, Rudolph was pleasantly surprised by Rodgers' friendly and talkative nature, especially towards the younger players. Rookie quarterback Will Heyward, drafted in the 6th round, echoed similar sentiments after meeting Rodgers, describing him as super down-to-earth and personable. Leadership roles. While the Steelers' defense boasts established leaders like 10-time captain Cameron Heyward and 4-time selection T.J. Watt, the offense is relatively void of long-tenured starters, with tight end Pat Freiermuth being the longest-tenured starter, entering his 5th season. Rodgers, who has been named a team captain 14 times in his career, is likely to receive this honor again in September. However, he's more focused on being a servant leader, passing on his knowledge and experience to his new teammates. The road ahead. As Rodgers navigates this new chapter, he's excited to make this home and get to know his teammates. With everything feeling like the first day of school, he's embracing the unknown. But here's the question: can a player of Rodgers' stature truly blend in, or will his presence inevitably overshadow the team's dynamics? Share your thoughts, ***. About the author ***. Joe Rutter is a Trib-Live reporter who has covered the Pittsburgh Steelers since the 2016 season. A graduate of Greensburg-Salem High School and Point Park, he is in his 5th decade covering sports for the Trib. Reach him at drutter@triblive.com.